You know how I always say we need to start at the beginning of things. You can't just go right into the sequel.
Yeah, but we jumped into the sequel like the sequel,
But they
sequel,
don't know what the
sequel,
sequel we're doing yet, unless they read the title and saw the thumbnail.
and also heard us say what we were playing last week.
Oh yeah, true, true. Or saw the logo, Insomniac Games. You want to know why they call themselves that?
Because they got no sleep.
Exactly.
So yeah, we're doing Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, we're doing Ratchet and Clank. This is a game that I hold very dear to my heart because I started with the sequel actually.
Yeah, this is one that you've been saying we need to play for years. Like
Planet
since this
Zelda.
started,
Since we
since
started. Yeah.
yeah, since pretty much we started, and
You had a
when
pickle
we
today, right?
what?
You had a pickle today, right? You're not low on sodium.
I had a deep
Final
dish
step,
pizza
attach
and
robotic
some
ignition system.
chicken.
Thank you for using help desk technology.
So, meanwhile, in a factory on a nearby planet. This is one of those games where it's never like they have an easy button to press that you can just like, touch and it's like subtitles.
Yeah.
So fun fact about the computer screens. They're PNGs hovering just like an inch over another screen.
I love it when things do that.
This is especially egregious when later in the game they show you text at an angle and it's very obvious it is not angled text to the screen.
Yeah. So he's defective, I'm
Yep,
guessing,
he's
and
defective.
that's why he's escaping.
Yep.
And then later we learned that he wasn't actually defective. He was all part of a plan.
Yeah, he was actually a time god.
Yep.
But first they have to do a Lilo and Stitch opening. Oh, he took the red one. So sometime after this, I'm gonna have to get you to watch the movie with me.
I know.
Or we can play the movie game. That works too. Oh, it's
Maybe the movie
inverted!
game. Oh. See, the problem with inverted controls is
Subtitles, yeah, I'm
that
turning that on. Done.
the problem with
Welcome to the
inverted
Gadgetron
controls is
Help
no
Desk.
no one
We are
can
here to offer
agree
you
on what should be
unfettered
default.
interplanetary travels.
I think we had this discussion. It was in a
Eh,
video by Tim Schafer, I believe.
Maybe. I know we mention it anytime we start a game and realize it has inverted controls.
True.
But yeah, nobody can agree on what default is. So uh, you can never really tell if something's going to be inverted to you
Who's this
until you play it.
handsome fellow?
Patrick Warburton.
God, I wish.
He has the chin for it.
Unfortunately, it is not Patrick Warburton. They had the chance for the movie, but they didn't take it. Which is
Oh, that's
admittedly
a shame.
which is admittedly for the best because his normal voice actor is really good.
Well, I know. I remember him from Rift Apart.
Crack in time.
What'd I say?
You said Rift Apart.
Which one? Which game is Rift Apart? That's
It's ripped
Crash
apart.
Bandicoot. That that absolutely is the kind of joke they do.
I mean, yeah. The second game is called Going Commando, and the third is Up Your Arsenal.
Yeah, I think Crash Bandicoot's the one that has Rift Apart.
No, that's It's About Time.
Fuck. What game has this?
Rift Apart is the new one with the girl on
Messages
back.
by pressing the triangle button.
Oh,
To disable
okay.
help desk messages,
Same
please select
series.
options from your pause menu.
Yeah, okay. Like, there's a lot of games. There's a lot of games. It's hard to remember which is which.
That's fair.
Gadgetron's Omni Region 1000 includes a new comic store.
Yeah.
So we actually do have to collect bolts in this game, and the pickup radius is very small.
That's nano.
So,
Sustaining.
this is.
Let Gadgetron's patented
You
omni
mentioned.
system
Do you want to tell the
bring your
story
life
of
inside.
the collectible fountain, or whatever mechanic it's called?
Yes. So this is it's actually it's not really a thing exclusive to Ratchet and Clank. But,
Yeah,
but it's discussed in
it's-
an interview.
Yeah, it's put into words in reference to Ratchet and Clank.
So in an interview with Tim Schafer, founder of Double Fine Games, he discussed game design with the founder of Naughty Dog and Insomniac Games. Different people, but multiple interviews, you know?
To use your bond, press the
So anyway,
circle button again.
what he ended up discussing is how collectibles work in Ratchet and Clank. And originally they had multiple kinds of bolts, some that were more expensive and some that were less expensive. You know, some bolts gave you more, some bolts gave you less. And what they discovered was that people didn't like the bolts that gave you more. Mostly because the main thing was it looked like less at a glance.
Yeah.
So even if the number on the top right was going up higher, they always preferred the smaller loot boxes that had like a bunch of bolts coming out of them over the ones that gave you like a very small amount that were more expensive, you know?
Yeah, quantity over quality.
Yep, pretty much. That's just the way people's brains think. You see more shinies.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's why the loot fountains tend to have.
Interesting.
I think that one of the
You're quite handy with your wrench.
I think one of the best games that did that kind of mechanic was
Currently,
Link
I'm in search
Between
of someone who could be of
Worlds,
assistance in saving the solar
because there are
system.
multiple
Do you know where I might find
places
that fellow?
where
Well, he's on the radio.
the
every week. Other than that, no. Hey, what's with all this save the solar
so
system
I'll
stuff
continue
anyway?
once the cutscene's
Cutscene.
over.
Oh, this is an important one.
I love its mouth.
My race, the Blog, have a small problem. Our planet has become so polluted, overpopulated, and poisonous that we are no longer able to dwell here. But I, Chairman Drek, have a solution. We are constructing a pristine new world using the choicest planetary components available. So, what does this mean to you, you might ask? Using highly sophisticated technology, which you couldn't possibly understand, we will be extracting a large portion of your planet and adding it to our new one. Unfortunately, this change in mass will cause your planet to spin out of control and drift into the sun, where it will explode into a flaming ball of gas. But, of course, sacrifices must be made. Thank you for your cooperation. And if you don't like it, you can take your whiny, sniveling, snot-nosed populations, form a line behind me, and kiss my... We're still on? Look, turn it off, you idiot!
To be fair, they did say cut,
The people
so I
on
can't
those
blame
planets
him.
are hosed. Well, good luck getting Captain Quark to help you.
Actually, you could help me. If you could use your ship to take me to the
You notice
coordinates
that
contained
bit
in
didn't
this
have
info log,
subtitles. I
I
hate
might be
that.
able to gather further information there.
The
Even if I wanted
inconsistency
to,
of
I
subtitles.
can't.
So this
I'm
is
missing
just
a
a
crucial
thing of the
component
era.
of the ship.
Yeah.
The robotic ignition system.
How did you know that?
I, sir, happen to be equipped with the latest in robotic ignition systems. My programming allows me to start any ship I choose.
So, I agree to take you to this wherever it is, and you get my ship started for me?
That is what I'm proposing.
Deal.
It's the cops. Move it!
Use it. It's the fuzz.
This could be a problem. Take
Maybe
care of it.
he's just not subtitled specifically.
Whoa, this is
Oh, what an
great.
ominous
So
silhouette.
that's where I've
Yeah.
been stuck this whole time.
Please return your appendages to the steering mechanism, sir.
Sure doesn't
Oh,
look
right.
familiar.
Sorry. Oh, and
Yeah,
by the way,
it
you can stop
actually
calling me
is
sir.
familiar if
The
you're
name's
familiar
Ratchet.
with Rocky or and/or Rambo.
You got a name?
Sure doesn't
My
look
serial number is
like a
V5429.
beautiful chin.
I mean,
just
all the
call you
characters have like
Clank
big
for
ass
short.
chins in this game.
Hang on.
I know, but that was obviously Quark's.
So you see,
No,
it
it's that
would be
guy.
most beneficial
Wait,
if your
really?
citizens
Yeah.
were not in the city
Are you
when my
sure?
workers begin
I mean, look at him. He's the dude who's standing nearby. Obviously, it's him.
Unfortunately, you have
Completely
no
different
choice.
silhouette.
Let's just see what Captain Quark has to say about that, my good man.
Oh, hey, Tom Kenny.
I don't
Do you like Tom Kenny?
Captain Quark could dispatch you without even breaking a sweat, you puny.
I can't remember if this is Tom Kenny in this game or if he's Tom Kenny in the remake.
Patience.
This is your last chance. Stop this madness now.
I think it
Okay,
is still
wait.
Tom Kenny.
You're right. I will
Yeah.
withdraw my troops.
Really?
Maybe.
No. He's all
God, who
yours,
voices
gentlemen.
Chairman Trent?
Try
I
not to
know who
leave
they
any
are,
marks.
but the name... He's
It's just-
Joker in the
sounds like-
Batman.
It sounds like the voice actor for Gantu.
It could be. He's... But it's the guy who does the Joker in Batman, the Batman,
Sorry about
the
that.
animated one.
Well, we're not
The
leaving way we
lesser
came
one.
in.
I'm looking
Perhaps
it
we
up.
could procure a ship from one of
Okay.
its inhabitants.
The Batman was still pretty
Sorry,
good.
laugh.
I mean, yeah, that's why I said the lesser one. It's still good. Alright, do you want to go up or down?
I don't know.
Wait, let's
You're
go
the one
this
that's
way.
played it.
See, Ratchet and Clank, the many sequels do away with one of the things that people like about Ratchet and Clank, which is that you can go in any direction. There's like 2 to 3 routes at any given time. Also, read the breath meter. Dun, 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 dun. So who is it?
I'm looking it up.
Okay. Oh, right, because he's in the movie, you might be getting Paul Giamatti.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's Kevin Michael Richardson,
Yes.
which I think is the voice actor for Gantu.
I would not be surprised. He's very prolific.
He's got a very distinct voice.
Not true. Dear game devs, you don't want me to spend too long underwater. Stop giving me shiny stuff to get at the bottom of the lake. My peanut brain wants to collect all the shinies. You can tell this is a game made by Insomniac because all the really nice shiny stuff in like the pool shape.
Oh yeah.
Also, you can see it in the left-hand corner. That's the HD scaling.
I didn't see anything in the left-hand corner
Right hand, right hand.
or right hand.
Yeah, see it now?
Oh, because it's hidden. It's supposed to be off the screen.
Yeah, it's supposed to be off the screen.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, this is one of those issues with this game.
Yeah, he voiced Gantu and Bubbles in Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, dang.
Very iconic voice.
I can believe that.
But he voiced Morgan Freeman in Jimmy Neutron?
Did you get Morgan Freeman for Jimmy Neutron? Dang.
No, Kevin Michael Richardson voiced Morgan Freeman in Jimmy Neutron.
He voiced God? You know Morgan Freeman, the voice of God?
I know. Yeah. I like Val Kilmer as the god as well.
Yeah, but he's dead, so we have to move on. We have to let go. The accident happened like a month ago.
Yeah. Let's see.
Who's one of your favorite dead celebrities?
Oh, David Bowie.
Dang.
Like, no hesitation.
Now I'm trying to think if I know any that are like really good. Because I didn't even have an answer for my own question. That's how little ahead I'm thinking. So Ratchet and Clank 1 is very much it's not a Metroidvania, but it's a bit more of a soft Metroidvania, if you will.
Yeah. Okay, so Morgan Freeman only appeared in the Fairly Odd Parents Jimmy Neutron crossovers and was voiced by Kevin Michael Richardson. I don't know.
Maybe they originally had Morgan Freeman, but like he said at the last minute he couldn't show up because of like life issues, or he was contractually obligated to show up for something.
Oh. Okay, that's why.
Oh,
Okay, so at one point Sheen wishes to be friends with Morgan Freeman, and Morgan Freeman shows up to read the script, and it's a whole fourth wall meta joke.
Oh, okay.
God, this is a weird thing.
But they still couldn't get Morgan Freeman for it. That's the part that bugs me. They specifically call it Morgan Freeman, but they don't get him for it.
I know.
That's the part that upsets me the most, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I wonder if there's any other... What other character, what other celebrity would have been equally iconic, but easier to get?
Will Shatner.
Yeah, I could totally see him. Oh, wait! Adam West!
Oh, true.
Don't forget,
Adam
West did appear
He's
in
Catman.
multiple episodes. Yeah.
Not nearly as iconic as the Crimson Chin, but you work with what you got.
Yeah.
This was
Adam
very
West was
impressive
also-
for the PS2.
Oh yeah, destructible environments. Funnily enough, Is that on my end or yours? Funnily enough, destructible environments had been around since, so Banjo-Kazooie, or Banjo-Tooie had destructible environments they did it in a really clever way where they had, so the actual geometry of the area had a hole there, but they had placed a texture over the hole that would get destroyed with the particles of the drill bursting through.
Fair enough.
And like the rocks flying. So it would only look solid for like the first part of the first cutscene. Um, and they did that multiple times where they would just use a flat texture to cover a hole in the geometry that would later be opened. The best example is in Mumbo's skull, because there are multiple.
Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. Oh, what are you? Mercenaries? Torturers? Assassins? I'll tell you anything. Here, take my infobot. It's all I've got left.
Sir, we're not assassins.
Hold on. Let's see what he's got.
Sir, we're not ass. we don't have that big booty.
Has this ever happened to you? Hi, I'm Captain Quark, and believe me, there's nothing worse than staring down a Blargian snagglebeast from the inside and knowing your equipment isn't functioning properly. That's why I come to Al's Robo Shack for all my electronic needs. Al has been the exclusive repair shop for my super electro gadgets since I was knee-high to a sand mouse. If Al can't fix it, it's not broke. Right, Al? You said it, pal. So if you're fighting crime,
Oh, I love the uncanny.
come to Al's Robo Shack in Metropolis for all your robotic repairs. Al's Robo Shack, it's Quarktastic.
Do you know what this means?
Yeah, Captain Quark is really sold out.
No, it means Captain Quark is on Metropolis. We could tell him about this invasion.
If we had a ship.
What? A ship? What? You're not going to torture me? Well, as planetary chairman, I could arrange for you to borrow our courier ship.
Cool.
You can count on us, sir.
Right. Thank you, your chairman shipliness.
Oh, his eye was clipping through his eyelid there.
Oh yeah, it gets worse.
Oh, I love that.
In
I love PS2 jank.
no, that's the upscaled jank.
Oh.
So these are the HD remasters, and they are notoriously shoddy.
Oh man, are we gonna see anyone? Are we gonna see characters whose their face texture just straight up does not load?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
But if we get to Big L, you'll see some real jank.
I do love old school jank. So yeah, so Mumbo Skull in Banjo-Tooie, every Mumbo Skull has a doorway, because there's several Mumbo Skulls that require, like, a secondary doorway that leads to, you know, like, a secret passage, or...
A secret tunnel? Through the mountains?
Yeah.
Secret tunnel?
And so... What
wait.
they did was they just hard-baked that entrance into the geometry of the skull's interior, and then for the ones that don't require that, they just put a texture. They just put a flat texture of, or they put a solid texture in front of it. So that it doesn't look like, so it matches the wall. It doesn't look like there's a hole there, but you can still see that there is a hole there based on the lighting on the floor, which I think is cool. Dark Souls also did something like that with, because there were, especially in Undead Burg, there's sections where they had to change the, they had to change effectively the layout of stuff late in development, so they just, when they removed some passages, they just covered it with a wall. They can still see all the lighting on the ground.
So there's a collectible in this room.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah, secret invisible jump pad.
Oh, that was a jump pad? You
Jump
were just
wall.
wall jumping.
Yeah, you can't do that normally.
What the fuck? You can't do it normally?
No, unfortunately, Ratchet and Clank isn't Mario 64.
Damn, that would have been so cool if it was one of those things where, like, that would have been That would have been a cool thing to be able to. Also, Mario 64's wall jump is really fucking jank.
That's fair. I've seen some pretty jank wall jumps.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Ratchet and Clank is one of those games where what they had to do was they had to like pre-program a wall jump for you, specific walls and all that. There's a few games that do that. It's actually quite common.
I mean, Sonic does that, but they do it by putting the bounce pads on the walls, so there's a visual indicator that you're supposed to do that.
Well, they do it here too. That was just a secret.
Oh. You know, I've been playing a lot of Hollow Knight, and I really like how the wall jumps work there, where you can. Don't get me wrong, I do like the kind of wall jumps where like you can only really gain elevation if the walls are close enough together. But I really like Hollow Knights where you just need a flat wall and you just climb it infinitely.
Oh, I especially love the ones in Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown.
Yeah?
That's a favorite for me. Same sort of thing as Hollow Knight.
Yeah, Lost Crown was really fun. We should do that on the channel too at some point.
Speaking of Ubisoft, I've been playing a game called Clair Obscura Expedition 33. And that's made by a bunch of former Ubisoft devs who got sick of working for the company that just crushed their souls and went on to make their own studio.
Yeah, so they pulled the Platonics.
Yeah, but like better, I guess. I don't know. They made an RPG.
Plumber's
And it's a very good
Just
one.
say,
I said, look, the plumber's back.
That's not what he said.
wise guy. Shouldn't you be on one of them escape transports?
Escape transports?
Newsflash, giant robots attacking. The escape transports are taking all the rich folks off this god-darn planet.
So why aren't you on one?
Socioeconomic disparity.
What?
He hasn't
Damn.
got enough bolts.
Working people have to wait for Captain Quark to save us.
Well, got anything worth a lot of bolts?
I got this thing. Shows two weirdos ditching their ship. It's got coordinates to a desert planet, too.
An infobot. Ratchet, we could use that.
They make me buy stuff, by the way. Paywalls.
So we just like take these bots and just put them in our pocket.
Yeah, pretty much.
I love that.
Mayday, mayday! This is the solar ship Radical. We seem to be under attack from the planet's surface.
Relax, kid. It looks like some sort of fireworks display. Probably in your honor.
Whoa! That was close! Ah!
Pipe down, I can't concentrate.
Oh, we've been hit!
An unexpected detour. When we land, I'll see if I can scare up an exhibition for you.
We're not gonna live that long!
Kid, let's M-screen!
Eject! Eject!
Did you see that guy on the left? That was Skid McMarks.
Does he know Captain Quark?
I doubt it. He's a pro hoverboarder, always going off about how cool he is.
Looks like he's in trouble.
I'll say, I've never seen him look so freaked out.
Skid marks.
Yeah. I was wondering if you'd catch on to that one.
No, of course I did immediately. I just wanted to let the
Cutscene play out.
yeah.
I heard the laugh. So anyway, the plumber is God, so even God can't afford a shuttle. Oh, the wobbly plants, by the way.
Oh, so dynamic.
So when Tim Schafer and the founder of Insomniac played Ratchet, Tim Schafer commented on the plants that wiggle when you brush by them, and he was like, "Oh, I wanted those for Psychonauts, but the guy who I asked about that said he didn't have time because it was a luxury that you only get if you have like 3 extra months of dev time."
What the fuck?
Apparently, he is misremembering. But it is one of those fun little things where it's like just he said, she said kind of things. Because there was a rumor for a while that that the game's original release date was delayed so that they could better line up with Jack and Daxter, which is their like not their competitor, but like the game that they expected people to be buying as well for like the you know Christmas rush.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Okay, do you want to go to Metropolis or Iridia?
I don't know. I haven't played this. I'll leave the decisions to you.
Okay, we're gonna visit Al's Shack then.
Yeah.
Honestly, it doesn't matter where I go. I have to go to
I'm
everywhere
Commander
anyway.
Shepard, and this is my favorite bar in the whole Citadel. That's what that that's what that commercial reminded me of. I'll be surprised if he's actually there.
What an amazing shot. So one of the things about Ratchet and Clank is that the devs spent a lot of time arguing over where you should land. Because they wanted every planet to have an amazing first intro.
I mean, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
So here, just having this place where you can see this massive gate and also the skyline.
And the skyline and
really,
the plants.
It really sets a scene.
Oh yeah. It's incredible.
I got some great
Coruscant could never.
So I'm buying everything as it comes my way, simply because I need to. But I can go left or right. And I am letting you choose, because I will go the other direction eventually.
I will not.
Quickly center the camera.
I'm not gonna make any choices.
What? No, please. I'm not gonna judge you for your choices.
Scraps, you know, when you are playing a game that you are far more familiar with than I am, I do not make the choices because you know the game better than I.
Well, if I know the game better than you, why would I not want you to make the decisions for me? Because then I'm just going through rep memorization. It's not fun that way.
Yeah. And I got choice paralysis.
Ah, you could have started with that.
I mean, I've told you this before.
Choice paralysis is why I don't play a lot of RPGs all that much. They give you like branching paths and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I usually just do the same ending for Dark Souls, when playing Dark Souls games.
God, the aiming in this game sucks.
Yeah.
And it's a thing that developers know. They wanted to fix it by the point in which they figure out how to make it work better. They designed the game around the crappier gunplay, so it was like, well, if we, give them the good gunplay, then it just completely breaks the balance.
Yeah.
Also, it was late enough in development that they struggled to fix it, so.
Alright, I just remembered I was in the middle of talking about one of my favorite ways of handling loot fountains.
Oh, yes.
Link between worlds, because so there's certain spots in the overworld where if you run into the tree or whatever, it'll spawn a bunch of rupees and it's a guaranteed drop. The thing is, it's a guarantee, like, there are two types. There's ones that are guaranteed drops of there are certain trees that are nice. There are certain trees that are guaranteed drops of the same monetary amount, but the actual rupees themselves are randomized, and there are ones that that drop the same rupees, but their type are randomized. If that makes sense.
Okay.
And it's always the same trees working the same way. So like, if there's a tree where it drops 15 rupees, if it's one that'll drop the same, or if it's a tree that drops like 15 like currency value in rupees, you could have it drop like 3 blue rupees, or 5 green and 2 blues, or whatever, you know. But every time you run into that specific tree, it will always drop 15. Whereas the tree behind the blacksmith, which is the best rupee farm spot, it always drops, I believe, 8 rupees.
Hey, so quick question. What's wrong with this image?
That's not the one that we...
Right.
No, the hands are backwards. The hands are backwards.
That too.
Yeah.
But more importantly, in the scene,
it was broken down and not spinning.
Well,
but more importantly, the hands backwards.
It was gray, not gold.
Yeah.
So when they made this originally, they made it gray, and then later they changed it to gold. But they'd already filmed the cutscene.
Well, the thing that bothers me the most is that the hands are backwards.
The infobot. Remember, he knows Captain Quark.
Hey, you're that robot guy, right?
No, actually, I build robots. I myself am not a robot guy, per se.
Oh, what an asshole.
So, now that we've cleared that up, what can I do for you?
Well, we saw your infobot announcement. You were with Captain Quark. We're trying to find Captain Quark. We thought you could help us.
Your logic is commendable. However, I haven't seen Captain Quark since we shot that commercial. Say, do you run on standard XP18 sister boards?
Version 7.66.
Back at ya. I may be able to help you out after all. How does a helipack upgrade sound?
Upgrade?
Natch. Since he's a 766, I could have the little guy up and flying in no time. Of course, I'll just need my fee for service.
Thank Christ I have enough.
Okay, this
yeah.
won't hurt a
I was actually worried for a moment I didn't have enough, so I was like trying to farm a little.
Ratchet, am I cool now?
Yeah, you the man, Clank.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so
God, I love Giant Wrench.
I love giant wrenches too. They're a classic staple.
Please jump feature to climb these boxes.
Fun fact.
Did you play Bioshock on the channel?
Yes. We have played
Right.
Bioshock. How'd you forget? I was miserable during the entire last episode.
Right. We should do Infinite on the channel sometime.
Maybe.
You'll need your new
I do like diegetic double jumps.
While you're running, crouch using the R1 button and then
Well, you can already do a double jump.
Oh.
This is more of a
try
hover.
using the glide feature of your new helipack. Jump, and then press and hold the X button in midair to glide.
Yeah, so the other games are more like proper shooters. This one's a little less so.
Yeah, it's less about the shooting and more about the looting.
Well, more like what each weapon brings, because every weapon has a different niche.
Okay, that makes sense.
Like the bomb glove is good for taking out groups of enemies that are clustered together. The pyro gun is good for like shooting things that are like, you know, at a small enemies constantly.
Yeah.
And the blaster is good at like single targets that are like, you know, within a certain range, you know?
Yeah.
Like every gun
Does
has
he ever
their...
get a sniper?
Not until the sequel, I think.
That's a shame. I like snipers.
Well, they got better guns than snipers in this game. snipers usually don't work well in this series, mostly because it's like, as cool as sniper rifles are, they tend to not benefit much from, you know, jumping and dodging. So they do have cool sniper rifles. They're just not, like, the best guns, you know?
Yeah.
See, there we go.
Oh, you got fucked.
Yeah.
Oh, this game's checkpoint system is not that good, is it?
It's not bad. It's better than Jak and Daxter. Or Jak 2.
Fair.
As I said, it's a little more about enemy gauntlets, so...
Guess that makes sense.
The sequels are a little more about gunplay. Which is honestly why I prefer the sequels. So Ratchet only has 2 toes. Yeah.
I thought he had 3.
He's got 2. No, wait,
Oh, he's got
3.
3.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's got a little pinky toe.
Ah, fair enough. Kind of like a mini Dewclaw.
Yeah.
He's got a... I love the design for Ratchet, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
It's always
Clank
been a good
and the tail add a nice
Sonic's
bit of
ass.
motion when... Yeah, Sonic's ass. It provides a nice little thing to... so that the running doesn't get... the animation does not get monotonous.
Yeah, true.
Ah, yeah, puzzles, though. So what are those, like, energy balls in the box?
Oh, that's nanotech. That's my health.
Oh. No, not the nanotech. I mean, like, the thing that's on this box. That.
Yeah, that's nanotech.
Oh.
It's health. I just have max health.
Oh. Yeah, I can definitely see why they went with single bolts instead of higher tier bolts. It is very satisfying to run into a group of them.
Very much so. Admittedly, I like the sequels a bit more for how they handle bolts.
How they do that differently?
They don't change it at all. What I mean is they increase the grab radius.
Oh, okay.
Because the grab
Yeah.
radius in this game is stinky.
Oh yeah, giant bolt.
It's a gold bolt. It does nothing for me right now. But it's nice to have.
It's a secret bolt to use for us to use later.
Haha. Not unless you want to do New Game Plus.
What's it do?
It lets you buy gold versions of the guns you already have.
Oh.
So better versions. The problem is there's no point for doing that now. Like, I can show you some of them later, but like, they don't tell
Yeah.
Ah, another classic of the PS2 era.
Trains.
Yep. Well, to be fair, trains were popular on every system, so no surprise there.
Yeah. I love a good train level.
It ain't a Doom game without. It ain't a I don't know. What is it? Build engine game if you don't have a moving vehicle.
Yeah. God, Sonic 06 had one of the worst train levels.
Oh yeah. Absolutely stinky trains. Ugh. Super ass mine bot dropping the mine, thinking I wouldn't notice. Fucker.
Greetings, Executive Chairman Drek.
Dispense with the pleasantries, Lieutenant. My sources tell me you're behind schedule. You must prepare this planet to be harvested.
I love
for our
when
new
villains
world.
pronounce it schedule.
As you can see, everything is moving along as planned.
So in the movie, this character is played
Your
by
former
Sylvester
commander can tell
Stallone.
you, I don't take disappointment
Oh, nice.
well.
Yes, sir.
Who's...
I
Oh,
won't fail.
right.
Rocky. Rambo.
No, no, I was gonna say who's
another planet.
Breck,
Yeah, but
voiced by,
that's the
but we
kind of help
already...
he's getting. I don't think
Paul
we have
Giamatti.
anything to worry about.
Yeah.
You should not
All the other
underestimate
characters
Shelley's
are
not-
voiced by
He is quite
the people who play
dangerous.
them in the video
we must
games.
find Captain Quark.
Look,
I'm not a
Lieutenant
fan
doesn't
of
seem
Paul
so tough.
Giamatti.
Let's take
I
him out
think he's fine.
ourselves.
Perhaps we can persuade the lieutenant to tell us where Drek is.
Now you're talking.
Why are you not a fan of Paul Giamatti? I'm curious.
I just don't find him funny.
What? You like Big
Yeah, no, I
Fat
just-
Liar, right?
No?
What? I think you like Big Fat Liar.
Well, I mean... I like it. I don't like it for Paul Giamatti.
Fair enough.
I like it for Malcolm in the Middle. Frankie Muniz.
I like Frankie Muniz too. He was in Princess Bride.
What?
Yeah, he's the kid, right?
No.
Then who's the kid? Not Frankie Muniz?
No.
Then who is it?
It was... Looking it up. Fred Savage.
Ah, damn it, so close. Both names started with an F.
Welcome to the Captain Quark fitness course. If you're strong enough,
didn't hear, but I
fast
did a
enough, and
snap.
clever enough to beat my fitness challenge, you will receive a reward from my head
Fred
trainer.
Savage in
Simply
recently. I
make
know he
your
was
way
in
to the
Deadpool
third
2,
island to
because
complete the course.
the whole setup for
Good luck.
Deadpool 2 was a
Quick
parody
enterprises are not
of...
responsible for sprains,
um,
broken bones,
Brad.
snapped tendons, bruised egos, or accidental
Yeah.
death incurred while taking the challenge.
Excuse me, Captain, but we have more pressing issues. We urgently need your assistance.
Clank,
Yes?
do you notice anything unusual about Captain Quark?
Well, I find the fact that he has a spring where his leg should be to be quite puzzling.
And why do you think that is?
Possibly an injury incurred while battling evil?
This isn't the real Captain Quark, you numbskull. It's a robot.
Oh.
I never have fun making fun of Clank. He's too innocent for that.
He's learning. He was literally born today.
The blessing of childhood. By the way, his voice actor can just do that voice.
Yeah.
That's not an audio filter. He just does that.
I know. You know what? One of my favorite instances of a voice actor being able to just do something impressive without the use of like audio filters.
Oh, what?
In Futurama, they have a gag of like a cloud of pure energy, and it's got like this wavy voice kind of thing. That's Billy West just doing that. It was in like season 1 as a throwaway gag character, but it was still impressive that Billy West could just do that.
Oh, speaking of Billy West, you know what game we should play next? Rayman. That has Billy West in it.
Yeah. That could be fun.
I say
We
that
could,
as a joke.
put-
Billy West is in it for like a total of a second.
Oh.
Also function as jump slots.
Yeah, that's me being a
Jump
little
and
mean.
jump again to
I
kick
hate
off the
that.
balls in
Look
midair
at that.
until
That they
you reach the
clip into the wall.
Yeah, hate that. I hope someone was fired for that mistake.
Get it together, game designer.
I don't.
Also,
I hope anybody
would've
was
been
fired for that.
I know. Also, it would have been fairly simple to solve. Just have the same texture that's on the moving platform be on the sheer wall, so once it goes in, it doesn't look like it went in.
True.
Boy, sure hope somebody got fired for that blunder.
Oh, one of my favorite characters.
Listen up, you loudballs! That was the most pathetic display I have ever seen on that obstacle course!
What do you mean?
We finished the circuit, ma'am.
Oh yeah, but it was weak. Weak! When I was competing, I would devour courses like that for breakfast!
Bet that's not all.
If it were up to me, you would drill for the rest of the day! But somehow you managed to impress that fool Captain Quark.
Captain Quark knows about us?
He certainly does. And worst of all, he wants me to give you a prize for that ridiculous performance.
Cool, what is it?
I'm supposed to give you a swing shot, so you can sway to and fro like little insects.
All right, let's see it.
Not so fast. Today, the two of you disgraced
What's this
my
character's
obstacle
name?
course,
Her name is
so I'm
Helga.
going to make you pay.
Helga?
But that prize
I'm
is ours
pretty
from the
sure,
captain.
yeah.
That's not fair.
Too bad, life's not fair.
It's either Helga or Olga.
Helga von
Sweet. I bet
Streisenberg.
Captain Quark uses
Yep,
stuff
that's
like
her.
this all the time.
Who is the
Real
voice
men can
actress?
sing without silly toys like that. The two of you make me sick.
Congratulations on your new Gadgetron
She
swing.
goes back for the sequel, by
Use
the
it
way.
on standard Versa targets like the ones nearby. If the target is out of view, use
She's part of the
L1
Q
button to
force.
Mona Marshall. Where's she in? Ah! That makes sense.
Oh.
She's in South Park
Oh, okay.
as Kyle's mom.
Kyle's mom? The big fat bitch?
The biggest bitch in the whole wide world.
Love that song.
It's so fucking
And I
catchy.
bet she would blame Canada too.
South Park has so many. South Park has so many catchy songs.
The movie especially is so good.
Oh, definitely.
It's a shame they didn't win any awards.
Yeah.
They got robbed, I'm gonna be honest.
I'm looking at what else Mona Marshall's been in.
Okay, I can go to the logging site or Iridia. This time I'm not going to make you choose. Instead, I'm going to make you close your eyes and say up or down.
Okay.
So which one is it, up or down?
Down.
Okay, we're doing logging site Iridia.
Sure.
Or Eudora.
He does a lot of background voices for a lot of stuff.
Yes, quite lovely.
Makes sense.
That should
Most
just
voice
about
actors
do
do.
it. Commander, we are finished with this world. Commence towing our planet to its next destination. Lieutenant!
Yes, sir.
You have fulfilled your tree quota. Barely.
We are ready to return to base.
Not so fast, Lieutenant. Just because we don't need any more trees doesn't mean they should have them. Destroy everything.
Spoken like a capitalist.
I'm pretty sure half of his dialogue is taken out of Republican speeches.
Oh, definitely.
What's that song? The times they are changing, and then they're not changing at all.
I guess.
Okay, so I have a criticism about the Josh Whedon Justice League movie that seems really unnecessary, but trust me, it makes sense. So,
yeah, I'm not a fan of Joss Whedon either.
Okay. This is a very petty one, though. So, in the Josh Whedon cut of Justice, they have the opening is a song with doing like bits and pieces of how the world is falling apart. Seems fine, right? That's cool. That's clever. Well, Zack Snyder did that in Watchmen. And then, when he gets to make his own version of the Justice League movie, the proper one he always intended, you'll notice that he doesn't do a montage with a cut like that.
Because he actually had a reason to do it in Watchmen.
Yeah. There's no reason to do it in Justice League. So that means Josh Whedon either had like a really early storyboard that said he had to do that, or he watched the Watchmen in like prep of figuring out Zack Snyder's style.
Finally, we have an answer.
Oh, to what?
Who watches the Watchmen?
Well, I do. To find enough.
Sorry, it was, and apparently Joss Whedon.
Anyway, so either it was like in an early draft that Josh Whedon decided to keep, or it was changed, or he added himself after he watched The Watchmen and thought that was Snyder's style.
Yeah, I definitely think it's the latter, because there are a lot of moments.
There is nothing there.
There are a lot of moments in the Whedon cut which feel Snydery, but just off. And when the Snyder cut was finally revealed or finally, made public, and people were able to see what it was that Snyder actually envisioned, and a lot of the stuff that seemed Snydery were just not in it at all. That's when it clicked so much that, oh, that wasn't Snyder. That was Joss Whedon trying to be Snyder and failing.
Admittedly, the snack hole bit it sucks, and that is apparently a Snyder version.
Yeah. But
it's fine. It's a minor joke at best, whereas some of the Whedon ones are really long.
I fucking hate Whedon's style of comedy.
I don't hate it, but like I'm not jumping out of my seat for it anymore. I think he's become a caricature of himself.
Yeah. I feel like his sense of humor has grown stagnant, and he is only doing... His humor really seems like following the chart, what the chart says, you know?
Okay, challenge. Say something really nice about Josh Whedon.
I liked... I like Firefly.
Fair enough. I thought you were about to say Dr. Horrible's sing-along vlog.
I mean, that too.
That's fair. I think
I
Justin
could not
kinda...
remember the name of that.
I don't know. I think one of my issues with Whedon is that, like, as he's become a bit more popular, it's very clear he fights with the studios a bit more and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's been doing.
I think classic Whedon was fine, you know, Buffy, Firefly, Dr. Horrible, but, you know, modern Whedon, I say modern as in, like, the last fucking 10 years, modern Whedon is just insufferable, because none of his stuff feels, like, genuine. It feels like he's always chasing the achievements of someone else, or the style of someone else, which causes him to lose what made his style so solid.
I think part of it's also that, like, it's very clear that a lot of other directors are chasing his style, so he's trying to move away from it. But hasn't found something that's worked yet. And I say that nicely. Like, I haven't seen any Whedon movies in a while, but I'm sure he's still a fine director. Maybe he has moved on to better stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Or maybe he's just a producer now. Maybe he's decided to produce stuff.
I'll say the most recent thing he's made that was actually pretty solid was Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah, that's a good one, okay.
But he was a producer on it, though. Not, he was just a producer on it, though. Which,
Well, that movie has Sigourney Weaver, and she's always good.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, name a movie with Sigourney Weaver that sucks. You probably can. Paul, maybe. I haven't seen Paul, but I've seen enough of it. I don't really
Finding Dory?
Finding Dory's good. I'm gonna die on the hill that Finding Dory is actually a good movie. My issue is that it's an inferior movie to Finding Nemo.
Okay, yes, I can agree to that.
So it's like, as good as Finding Dory is, it's still a sequel to Finding Nemo, one of the best movies ever made, that came out at almost the perfect time for it, and it's a sequel that's like 10 years too late.
Oh yeah, it came out at the perfect time for it. I mean, kids were all obsessed with fish and talking about fish facts so much during the time right before Finding Nemo came out. Such a coincidence.
I mean, yeah, obviously. I mean...
God, I fucking love that Defunct Land video where he gets in contact with like one of the one of the lead marketers from Disney at the time, and she's like, yeah, no, we were just the whole year leading up to Finding Nemo, we would start showing fish facts at the bottom of the screen on the Disney Channel to get kids interested in fish. And oh, what do you know? Suddenly there's this movie about fish coming out for kids to get excited to. And
that's horrifying. That probably worked on me.
The thing is, the Kevin Perjurer, the Defunct Land guy is like, wow, that's genuinely evil. And the head marketer is like, oh yeah. Like, laughs and agrees that it was vile.
Well, I think kids learn something important. Fish facts.
Yeah, fish facts.
Okay, so we haven't talked about it for some baffling reason, but I'm gonna take some damage so I can show you something. What do you notice?
You don't get oh wait, is it that you have the weakened animations?
Yeah, Ratchet has a weak state animation for when his HP is at minimum.
I wonder if that's useful for any I wonder if that's useful for any like speedruns or shit. Because I know in Ocarina, some of the speedrun tricks require Link to be at 1 heart because his weakened state has a smaller hitbox.
Could be.
Yeah, weakened states.
Speaking of Zelda,
Yeah.
you first.
I was gonna say weakened states are always a nice small detail that that I like.
Agreed. Yeah, so speaking of Zelda, apparently, they were doing, like, they were letting people play The Legend of Zelda at the Switch 2 conference in Breath of the Wild. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, the Switch 2 conference in, Tokyo, to show off just how much better it was than the, Switch version. Anyway, apparently somebody speedran it in 15 minutes.
Wow, that's actually pretty slow.
Well, I mean, they did it live, but probably with no prep time, and...
That's fair.
And they were probably being hassled by, like, people at the, booth going, what are you doing?
Oh, anyone at the booth probably knew exactly what the fuck he was doing.
Yeah, probably. I know, he speedran it in about 15 minutes, in front of a crowd. He only had 20 minutes to do it. Which is the funny part, yeah. People were only allowed 20 minutes to play the game, so he managed to...
Yeah. I mean, I don't think the speedrunning route would be any different on the Switch 2 versus Switch 1, because it's still the same game.
True. But it seemed that he did it live at, like, a, you know, convention like that.
Yeah, on a whim.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite kinds of speedruns is the So I think it's Smash Melee has a demo of Ocarina of Time. What?
Suck.
Does that use money as ammo?
No.
Oh.
Suck.
So I think it's Smash Melee has a demo for Ocarina of Time where you get like 5 minutes to play, but that includes the fucking like intro bit, which is like 2 minutes, and one of the speedruns is beating the game before the demo ends.
Oof.
That's one of the speedrun categories.
Okay, so I've done everything I can here, unfortunately.
Oof.
For now...
Oh.
For now. Specifically for now.
Yeah.
So I have to go to... Iridia.
Yeah.
So we're about an hour in, so we're going to aim for an hour 30.
Awesome. And yeah, so the speedrun is wild because it requires... It makes use of Ace, which... On normal circumstances, I'm not a fan of Ace. I think it kind of defeats the point of a speedrun.
What's Ace?
Arbitrary code execution. It's basically programming the game from within. That's how you get. That's how you can, like, you know, catch a bug and do 3 backflips, and suddenly you're warped to the credits or whatever the fuck.
Okay.
That's what Ace is. But this one I'm fine with because I'm fine with Ace when it's like much more complex than just doing a series of the same things. This Ace requires doing specific things in Smash itself because, you know, it's just a demo on Smash Bros.
Oh, here we go.
Him. Skid McMarks.
That man from the infobot.
In the flesh, little dude. You guys get a load of that epic space battle I was in?
We saw ya, screaming for help.
That was like a war cry. My agent and I got ambushed on the way to hoverboard practice.
Did he survive the crash, sir?
He's okay, but I've had a little trouble getting back to my ship due to my sprained ankle.
Oh, come on.
If you can take out all the sand sharks, I just might have a spare hoverboard for you.
We'd love to help you, Mr. McMarks, but Ratchet and I need to find Captain...
One of your boards? I've always wanted a decent hoverboard. Well, alright. You just keep that foot elevated.
He really does have a shit-eating grin.
Oh yeah, no, I like him. Definitely not the kind of origin story I was expecting from him.
Oh yeah, definitely. This Ratchet is way different.
Yeah, this Ratchet's effectively a bumpkin who is, you know, thrust into this position. Which is not the origin story I expected for him, considering the stuff I saw in,
Cracking Time?
Yeah, Cracking Time. I figured he'd have, like, something more similar to, like, Jack, where, you know.
Yeah, so Ratchet had a bit more edge to him initially, and they kind of toned that down a bit because people
like
didn't
this
like
one.
it. You like it now, but
that's fair.
To be fair, the initial audience was small children.
Oh, on the topic of speedrunnings, Mario, you know, Super Mario Bros. The original. 20 seconds got shaved off the world record.
What? Seriously? Like, how fast is that right now?
So what it is? So it's a game. That's a game where the speedrun was down to a science, where all the top speedruns had the same exact time. That's how perfected the speedrun had been. But they found out just a random person who was just playing it casually on the Switch emulator was playing and ended up ended up crashing randomly when they fell in lava. And the reason why was, so the way it has to do with how sprites are loaded and the information overflow. So each sprite is made up of, oh, I'm gonna butcher it. Basically, each sprite, even like from Goombas to the Hammer Bros, they all have the same amount of sprite tiles in them. However, for bigger ones like Bowser, they require 2 sets of sprite tiles, if you know what I mean. Stacked on top of each other. The thing is, the only other entity that has 2 sprite tiles is the Fire Bar. No, the Fire Bar.
Okay.
Mario uses the same amount of sprite tiles as everything else. So basically, they found that when it crashed on the Switch, it was because it was basically, it had overflow due to Bowser being loaded and a couple fire bars being loaded and trying to load new sprites when Mario died. Or clearing the sprites. I don't know the technical know-how. Definitely check out the Abysssoft video on it.
Sorry, sneeze. Oh.
But the person, like, people noticed that crash, thought that was a little weird, figured out the reason why, and figured out they can use that to beat the game like 20 seconds faster. Which is fucking impressive, considering how long the previous world records had been, because the speedrun had been perfected. Like there was no, without a new method, the number would not go faster, you know.
Fair enough.
And now a new method has been discovered. And I love it whenever, like, I love whenever speedrunning tricks are discovered by just casual players.
Oh, absolutely. Lots of fun there.
Yeah, like the grappling slide in Wind Waker HD, that was discovered because a casual player's analog stick was slightly misaligned, and so when he, you know, used the grappling hook, it caused him to slide a bit, and that was what was used to break through the barrier. I spent all day watching Hollow Knight's manhunts. You know, where you have a speedrunner who they're using the Hollow Knight multiplayer mod, and you have the speedrunner who's doing it, and they're being hunted by like 5 other players.
Okay. I do like that people are doing multiplayer mods for games that are typically single player now.
Yeah, unfortunately, Hollow Knight's multiplayer mod is instanced like Hat in Times. Yeah, so I did consider the multiplayer mod, but then after looking into it, it would not be as fun as it wouldn't be as fun as like just playing a regular playthrough. Its appeal is definitely more like competitive stuff, like the manhunts.
Okay, yeah, so it wouldn't be
stuff.
yeah, so like the bosses wouldn't share HP.
Yeah, and the bosses wouldn't, like, I could kill a boss and then you still have to kill them.
Oh, that's
yeah. I think the best multiplayer mod I've ever played is the seamless co-op for Elden Ring. Oh, Dark Souls 3 recently got a seamless co-op mod.
Dark Souls 1 got a seamless co-op mod. Yeah, I heard. They're doing seamless co-op mods for all of them.
I would love to play seamless co-op with Dark Souls 2 with you.
That could be fun if that one ever gets made.
It probably will. I know there's already a mod of like extended co-op, which is not seamless, but it's better than the main co-op.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'd like to play seamless co-op.
Guess how many people never noticed this was here?
I'm gonna guess a lot of game journalists.
Enough kids definitely had no idea what they were doing.
Oh.
That's usually why they put like those signs there.
Yeah. You know what game was really good about directing players where to go?
Half-Life?
Exactly. God, it's been so long since I've played the original Half-Life game. I mentioned this on Doom, but someone had put Half-Life, Halo 1, and the original Doom on the school computer's network.
Nice.
And so, I played the shit out of them. I even put them on flash drives to bring to
No signal
bring home.
This downtime is
yeah,
killing
bring
me.
home and play on my laptop.
Do you need medical attention, sir?
Don't be so literal, son. The problem is I'm stranded on this backwater planet and my star client is nowhere to be found.
Hey, we saw you on that infobot. You're Skid's agent.
Was Skid's agent. Haven't seen him since our ship crashed. And an agent without a client is like a flea without a dog. Say, you look like an athletic kid. If you can bring back the championship prize from the hoverboard races in Blackwater City, I'll make you my next star.
We have no time for trivial matters, sir.
I could be the next Skid McMarks.
Ugh, Ratchet. You
Oh,
better be careful.
Ratchet,
Your ego.
you're incorrigible.
I gotta go to Blackwater City now. But how do I get there? Well, we're an hour 20, so I can still try for go to another planet.
We could call it here. Save the planet for next time.
Let's see if I have another planet unlocked. So I got the hoverboard. I don't think I've unlocked another planet yet.
You go to new places with the hoverboard?
No. It's used exclusively for racing.
Okay. Is this one of those things where, like, I wonder where I need to go, and it's like right behind you? Are you doing that one?
No,
that thing?
no. This is actually I forgot where I was supposed to go. So
well, let's call it and.
I can do this real quick. It's right over here.
Okay.
Yeah. So if I went right, if I went left. If I went left instead, I would have found the...
Yeah. I'm surprised the explosive boxes... Oh, I recognize that sound.
They probably shared a sound format.
Yeah. Probably shared stock sound effects. Yeah, that's totally the TNT sound.
Oh, probably.
From
Crash Bandicoot.
Crash. Yeah.
Crash Bandicoot. Play our game and tell your friends so we'll make lots of loot. Did you ever see like the opening for like that the original? Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about it when we played
Crash 2?
Crash 2. Yeah.
I should do more Crash games. Those are fun. I should do one of the really bad ones, though.
Like, Mind Over Mutant?
Probably not.
Or,
I don't have an Xbox 360. Unless you want to play it. Ah,
no.
Here we go.
I really don't want to play it.
Using the latest in precision
what's the one with the masks? And Mark Hamill is like the wind mask?
Oh, that's Wrath of Cortex.
Yeah, what about Wrath of Cortex? You said a bad one.
I can do that, yeah.
Lasers are mounted on each ring of the Invincilock. Aim the lasers at the receptors on the outside ring to turn them green. All receptors must be green before the Invincilock will open.
That's a nice puzzle. You know what game had really good rotary puzzles?
No idea.
Assassin's Creed.
I'll take your word on that one.
Well, I think it was Assassin's Creed 2. What's it, the original Assassin's Creed? It had to have been 2.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, no, it's the one where like there's like a painting and it's in rings, and you gotta spin the rings to line them up, but each ring, like, you can never control just one ring. You know?
Ah, you mean Paper Mario and the Origami King. Anyway, that's it. Next time,
Yeah, but
we'll be
better.
returning to the plant place.
Yay!
Because there is
demonstrate-
something I need to do there.
Definitely check out some of the other stuff on the channel. I'm playing Doom 2016 in preparation of Doom Dark Ages. Also on the channel, I am playing Minecraft with a friend Biddy, and also Mario Brothers Ship. Comment challenge of the day. What is some of your favorite, like, early PlayStation jank? Because for me, I really like, I really like the massive difference between, like, in-game models and, like, pre-rendered cutscenes.
I love the jittery textures of the PlayStation 1.
Oh, yeah.
Classic jittery textures. Love it. You can especially see it in games that are released on both the N64 and the PS1.
Oh, yeah. Alright, well, with that out of the way, there's nothing to say, but good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.